The satellite pharmacy's innovation is we've developed a QC or quality check station that after the prescriptions are typed and ready to go, we have a reviewer before they get filled and processed through the line. The reviewer is going to check the prescription for accuracy of the prescription according to the doctor's orders. Before we had the QC station, the typist at the front window would just type the prescription and then it would go and get filled and go on down the line. And the only actually check would be the final check by the pharmacist. Here at the medical group, patient safety is our #1 priority. And a near miss is something that's got most of the way through the line, hasn't or will not reach the patient, but near misses are what can turn into errors if they're not caught. Since we've implemented the QC station, in addition to reducing our monthly errors from about 3 or 4 a month, we've now brought it down to 1 error a month. And the processing time for prescriptions has dropped from 20 plus minutes down to about 18 minutes. So less errors, more patient safety, and the patients can get in and out of here quicker. Our plan is to hopefully share this and get the information out across, not even just the Air Force, but DoD-wide.
Personnel working in the 2nd Maintenance Phase Inspection Hangar had no suitable means of securing their larger tools when they left the work area. Senior Airman Smith, a phase inspection journeyman, came up with an innovative solution to the problem.
We're in a big aircraft hangar, so we have toolboxes that have all of our tools and all that stuff in it. So when we are packing up to go to lunch or we have appointments or anything like that, no one's around the box, we have to make sure everything's secure and nothing can be stolen or taken. So I just created a lock and a lanyard just to keep everything secure.
Rather than purchasing new equipment, Senior Airman Smith used material that the shop already had to create the locking mechanism.
Yeah, believe it or not, we carry this cable, and we carry the swedges and the locks, so we had it all here, and took only about 10 minutes to make each one, so real simple, easy fix.
This simple fix has saved approximately 41,000 wasted man-hours this quarter alone.
If we didn't have anything like this, we would have to just turn out all the tools instead of setting them on top of the box, especially when a lot of people are out there working. We have anywhere from 20 to 40 people out there working at a time, so it could be kind of hectic if we didn't have some easy fix like this.
From Barksdale Air Force Base, I'm Senior Airman Shelby Metello.
Okay, so as I was going through the formal training unit, or the FTU, the schoolhouse here on Barksdale, and that's taking some new guys, recent graduates from either pilot training or combat systems officer training, and getting us qualified in our weapons platform, the B-52 here at Barksdale. Part of that is mission planning and studying in the vault, which requires access to lots of secret documents, things of that nature. And at the time, the vault access was limited. We would have to leave at the end of the day at 4 or 5. And our suggestion to leadership was maybe we could have the students have 24 access or be on the access letter so that we could open it and close it ourselves without having an instructor or an intel member with us. So having more unrestricted vault access, or having the students be able to open the vault themselves without an instructor or an intel member, would give us freedom of movement for mission planning days, like if it went long, or just general knowledge as we try to become experts in our weapons platform. They're going through a test phase right now, so the class prior to the one that just graduated, they had 1 or 2 students that were able to access the vault, and it went successful. They had no security violations or anything, and it was used. Now they've given it like 4 or 5 students who have been able to access the vault without an instructor or an intel personnel there, and they've been slowly implementing it, hopefully so that all students will have vault access when they need it.
The ripcord pins on the Navigator and our Navigator drogue chutes were being installed backwards. And essentially what that does is when it goes into the aircraft, the ripcord pin that has to get connected to the seat, which would cause the drogue chute to deploy, they would just get pulled tighter instead of getting pulled out. So the drogue chute would never actually deploy, which would cause the seat to either fall too fast or to tumble, spin, that kind of stuff. So you wouldn't have proper man-seat separation. You could have, during man-seat separation, the actual seat could crash into the Navigator or Navigator trying to eject from that seat, which could cause a lot of damage. So we basically rewrote the verbiage in the TO stating exactly which direction those pins are supposed to face, and along with pictures so you could physically see which direction they're supposed to face. The old TO had pictures, but they were black and white and very, very grainy and pixelated. You couldn't actually tell what it said. You just had to go off based off of knowledge, what you were trained on how to put them in. And unfortunately, if you were trained incorrectly, or if you just even looked at the picture wrong, it would be very easy to install them backwards. Since we've redone the TO, there have been no issues. None of them have come back installed incorrectly. The only way to really get it wrong now is if you purposely did it wrong. Okay, if you just did not read the TO. To say that we have saved this many lives, it's hard to say because they haven't had to eject from the aircraft. But if they have to eject from the aircraft, I'm fully confident now that it would work properly and that their lives would be saved based off of what we have done.
Revenue at Barksdale's Bowling Center has increased from $19,000 to $72,000 a month due to the surge of Essential Station messing patrons or meal card holders. The Force Support Squadron adapted to the influx and came up with an efficient way to take everyone's orders and get them out the door in a timely fashion.
The menu app is a user-friendly database that is compatible with iPhones, and it basically walks you through. When you go in, you'll register. Once you register, it gives you the full variety of menu that we have here. But what's really convenient about it is you can order 24 hours a day, for a specific time for pickup.
Since the creation of the app, revenue at the bowling center has increased.
We currently have about 68 ESM customers signed up on the app. It continues to rise about 10 to 15% every month.
With more meal card holders using the bowling center, Mr. Flowers made sure there were healthier options, as well as the typical burger and fries.
We brought in parfaits, your wraps, your sub sandwiches. It's under 500 calories, and it's a high demand. What you see on the display case will be out by lunchtime.
The innovative menu app has made quite the impact at the bowling center.
It's been very successful. Actually, it's surpassed not only mine, but our leadership's expectations.
From Barksdale Air Force Base, I'm Senior Airman Shelby Matello.